I've created this cute design for my scratchies of a witch in a mushroom and moss hat holding the crystal ball, which will reveal your percent off code for the store once you've scratched away the crystal ball coating. The face needs some work, the hands need some work. Update, face is centered. The side look was cute, but it wasn't in proportion to the rest of the image. Ignore the lips, they're there for me to see if I got the shape of the face right. Where the lips are currently is where the scratchy mixture is going to be. Thank you so much. And if this is the second vlog you've seen, you'll know from the first vlog I did my research around making the mixture, how to execute it easily. That whole vlog is about eco packaging, check it out. The image I have of people opening their packages and seeing their art print, they've got their thank you card and the scratchy in there, their certificate of authenticity. I think it will tie it all together so nice. You have an experience of scratching away at it, anticipating what kind of percentage off you'll get. I really enjoyed this idea. I'm really excited to try it out. Welcome to my kitchen. I've traced over the hands so that I don't attempt this for the first time on the original sketched image, because that is the only one in existence currently. When making a scratchy, you need to place down a layer of tape so that when you've made your mixture, you can put the mixture on top of the tape. That way when it's scratched off, the image underneath is protected and secure and you're left with the glossy finish. You're going to see real quick how at every single turn and corner I fucked this up so bad. I didn't even cover the whole circle for the mixture to be placed down. Doubling it up made it crinkle. I ripped the paper. Let's proceed anyway. It's all a learning process. We'll try adding the mixture together. Whoa, that's far too much. This is definitely going to be far too runny. But for the sake of learning and knowing how to do it wrong, I'll just try this out anyway. We'll see how we go. I ended up pouring the mixture on. Thank goodness I did not do this on the original, nor would I ever, but just thank goodness. There's so many bubbles in here. It's already lumpy. You can tell it's not going to set well. This is a few hours later and this is it dry. Let me show you those for a second. Yeah, look at that. That's meant to be dry. It's spilled out the top. It's awesome. It's all going wrong, but it's all learning. Here's it 3 days later. It's dry. It scratches, it kinda does the thing. Is it ugly? Yes. Have we learned a lot? Yes. Has this been a win? Kinda. I cannot bring myself to water down how I'm feeling in this moment. I know that you've watched this and I've opened the box and there's just mailers and it's all very whatever, there's cello bags, but this is giving me serotonin like nothing else I've ever experienced. Now that I have my packaging, I have to use it now. This is such a big and unexpected motivator. I can't not launch now. These cello bags will do the trick in the time being, but I'll be keeping my eye out for different manufacturers and different styles of bags. These have a little line down the back of it, but when the product is inside, you can't see it facing forward, so it's only on the back of it. However, going forward, I hope to find a cello manufacturer that's compostable and is just crisp and just has a smooth coating back to front. That's all I need, really. I look forward to experimenting with the fit of these and putting in the backing card and seeing how it works, pretending like I've got my first order in and that I'm packing it away. It did say on their website that these can be heat sealed, so I'll be experimenting with that in days to come, though I probably won't film that just yet. I may also just resort to getting a nice sticker when you fold it over and just stick it down, depending on how time consuming heat sealing takes time and time again. But I love the way this fits. It fits like a glove in here. It's so snug. Some late night, very late night line work. I've rediscovered an old art print that I drew of Aurora, one of my favorite artists, and I'm contemplating doing it up again and actually putting it in the store. But right now I'm using one of the very old, it's very damaged art prints to actually use as a ruler here while I'm doing these lines because I cannot find mine. I've sent away for a stamp to be made. Here is the template. Here is the design here. This is an art piece very dear to my heart. It's on the back of my poetry book and it represents me accepting all the people that I've been throughout my life. I am so excited to share with you the first item that will be in my store. This is the Edgar Allan Poe pen. I have to make a backing card for this beauty, but I'm so excited to give you the sneak on what's to come. I'm so excited to finally have this in my hands. I'm noticing here at the backing it's meant to be a metal, a silver metal, but I'm feeling that the black is very cohesive with the rest of the black in the pen, so I'm not mad at this. I actually very much enjoy it. Second announcement of the day, which I'm super excited about. This is a mold for me to use to further make something for my store. Now I've purchased this to make some epoxy resin paint palettes. I got this so that I could make myself one. I really need a new palette ASAP because mine is just completely covered in acrylic paint, which I actually thoroughly enjoy. I end up using my coated art palette as kind of an art piece on my table. It's like a pop of colour that just sits there. But I wanted to go about making my own, and then I wanted to go about further making these for you. I'm stoked that the mold here is slightly bigger than the palette that I recently had, because anything smaller would have been a little bit too small. I went with a bit of a risk to order this, but I'm glad that I did because it's here and I love it. So it's goodbye for now, and we'll see you in the store. Starting an art business becomes very real once you've purchased your first bulk order of mailers. You're already a broke artist and now you're spending whatever money you have left over on the mailers that are for sending your prints out. So you better hope your business kicks off, kid. Learning how to hand over your trust in others when starting your business is a skill I've had to exercise lately and learn how to get excited about. I recently sent away for this design to be made into a stamp, and the estimated delivery was days ago, and I just have to trust that it will turn up. Hi, it's my face. Welcome to Pricing Your Art 101. I wanted to title this video something the lines of taking yourself seriously as an artist, how to not undercut yourself, how to price your art. I wanted to spend the time breaking this down with you because I am not an expert. In fact, I am a damn fool when it comes to how to price my art or what I should be pricing my art for. My track record is shocking. I've given away tattoo designs, logo designs, art prints, anything. I've not taken koha and money offered to me because it just felt strange for some reason, and I didn't take on board that I deserve to be taking myself seriously as an artist. The level where I live off of what I'm creating. Our mantra for today is I will not be a weenie. People will like my art. People will pay for my art, and I know that they will, and I just have to get that locked in here so that I don't panic about it. I'll be breaking down the costs into 3 segments: the cost of materials, the cost for my time, and cost in comparison to my research of my peers. I'll then take into account my weekly expenses and create a weekly goal to hit for my sale. Let's calculate. Say I package one A4 art print. The mailers at $145 divided by 100 is $1.45 for the one. Cellophane, $77 divided by 2 equals 38.5 divided by 100 is 38 cents, rounding to 40 cents. Backing card, $46 divided by 50 equals 92 cents. Thank you card, 455 divided by 500 equals 91 cents. Percent off scratchy card tape paint, $1.50 rounded. Business card, 255 divided by 500 equals 51 cents. Certificate of authenticity, 30 cents rounded. Piece of paper. Paper, 10 cents. Wax seal, 0.6 cents. Stamp for $56. Say we do 1,000 art prints, that's 10 cents with the ink. Candle for the wax melt, $6 for a pack of 100, 6 cents. Herbs and spices in the wax mix, free. So say that one print costs $7 to make in material costs. Rounding up to $10 for if any sudden inflammation of cost comes into play when I'm next purchasing materials, or I have to sort out a different option of purchase if the original product isn't available, the backing cards, the mailers, etc. $10 material costs. For transparency, that translates to $7-ish American, $7.30. Now the cost for my time. Minimum wage here in New Zealand has just been pushed to $20 per the hour. It takes me between 2 and 10 hours to get a piece completed, and that doesn't include printing, packing, driving to the post office. Because the prints aren't a one-off purchase, I feel an estimation on price for the time I spend creating the singular image is hard. If someone was to buy the original, however, then that would come into account absolutely, but I won't be selling originals, not yet. So I'll be calculating my time per prep and packaging and sending off instead. So setting up the image, editing and lighting and ready to print, checking quality and leaving room for time if inks need to be swapped, if the printer paper is out and I need to dash out to get more, Wi-Fi connection troubles, any type of tech troubles that take up time, any type of emergency things like filing and packaging the products, sorting out the printing labels, checking orders are correct. With the wiggle room for any and all errors, we're talking a good 45 minutes in a worst case scenario. driving to drop off the print at the post office, there and back, let's estimate 15 minutes. It would most likely take longer, but for the sake of things, adding up to a rounded hour's worth of work, 45 minutes plus 15 minutes at the post office, 1 hour is $20. Adding perhaps $5 for the gas money for picking up supplies and driving to the post office. With the cost of supplies, we are looking at $10 for materials, $20 for the hours work on minimum wage, plus gas equals $35 per the one A4 print. Currently with the A4 at $35 as a bare minimum, this now needs to be converted to the discount codes. My witch with her crystal ball, so that with the discount code, it lands around the $35 mark. So say a 10% discount off of a $38 print, you would have a $34.20 print, which could work. 5% off 38 is $26.10. 15% off 38 is $32.30. You also can't predict how much a person is going to buy. Is it 10% off the whole order or 10% off of one item? I know if it was me personally, I'd want to order a few things then get a 5, 10 or 15% off the full order. So that is what I'm going to offer. So say there's 4 prints in your cart, $38 times 4 prints is $152, 10% off 152 is $136.80, so $15.20 off. 15.2 divided by 4 prints is 3.8, so each print instead of $38 would be $34.20. Packaging up one print and taking it to the postal service is not the same as if I'm taking more orders at once or one large order. So this doesn't feel too drastic of a difference to me at all from the $35 flat cost. I wouldn't be devastated by that difference. That dip from a standalone $35 A4 print I initially had in place, $34.20 feels all good. Not everyone is going to get a 10 or 15% off fortune in their scratchy card, but for the ones who receive a 5% discount, that could naturally be doubled as I'm exploring options to always have the witching hour 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. New Zealand at a 5% discount, which would make all discount codes 10, 15 and 20% off. I haven't made my website yet. I hope there is an option where I can have an hour of each day automatically 5% off store-wide. We'll see how much hassle that could potentially be. Hopefully none whatsoever. So an A4 at $38 looks promising, with $32.30 being one of the lowest costs with a 15% off discount in play, and on the witching hours 5% extra off, making it $30.40 with a full 20% off unlocked. We're not done yet. Let's compare this to the artists I've purchased from to see if I'm undercutting myself in comparison. If you're new to my channel and haven't seen these artists I've previously shown, please check them out. I have a huge art haul. I've studied the packaging. I've drawn from different ideas to figure out what others are doing with theirs and what I want to do with mine. Now we're looking at pricing. After this, I'll weigh up what I feel I'll be selling, the quantity I'll be selling, and compare that to my weekly expenses and see what we can do with that information also. So looking at the A4 sized art I brought myself, my friend who I purchased from through Facebook, straight bank transaction, $30 per piece. Moldy Mermaid, $25 per piece. The Let Loose piece from Piper's Art was £12, so that's about $25 also, $23.50. Daughter Moon from Chloe was $30, I think American, which would be 42-ish dollars New Zealand, but because I can't remember if it was American or not, I'll just say that it was $30. Mahuika art, which I just adore, was $50 for the A4 and very deserving of it. Looking at this, I thought I got more A4 art, but I realize now it was a bunch of A5 sized art. Then a few A2 I purchased from other artists as well. But looking at this, we have a difference between $23 and $50, which is a big difference. The middle ground there being $31.50, which is pretty spot on where I was estimating my art to fall. So that feels really reassuring. My set costs being $38, but if the right codes are applied, it would hit more around this middle mark of $31.50. This is why I'm happy to lay all this out in front of me. I really do not want to undercut myself, but I really do not want to be inaccessible to people due to prices that are out of reach. This too is A4 sizing. A5 prints, of course, will be cheaper than A4, therefore more attractive to the wallet. I purchased a bunch of A5 art knowing full well that I could get one or two more prints than if I had just purchased one larger piece from artists. So I know exactly that mentality of, I want so many of these pieces. This art is so amazing, but I will not forgive myself for spending triple the money on A2 sizing when I can have them all in A5. I understand that. Weekly expenses and estimated sales. This is just a shot in the dark because heck knows how well or how devastating this part will truly be. Weekly expenses, I spend $200 per week, and that's bare essentials. To hit that mark every week through my sales is the goal. $200 divided by 38 is 5.3, so 5 prints. But with knowing that each piece needs $10 put into the material production of the product itself, we more need to calculate $200 divided by 28, which is 7.1, so 7. 7 art prints a week, and at an A4 size, realistically, getting those sales in a week would be a work in progress. As I grow and as more people find me and like my stuff, I feel the 7 to 10 orders per week isn't too wild of a goal, not at all. But as I imagine to sustain a 7 to 10 order mark, consistently rolling in time and time again will take some time. Launching will hopefully be a happy week, perhaps the second also, but by then anyone who cares to order would have already done so by then. So to keep pushing for 7 orders a week after those first 2 weeks will be a challenge. Obviously, if one print was $100+, I'd only need to have 2 sales, but that's out of the question. Who is continuously out there dropping $100 on a single A4 sized art print? No. It's not practical. It's definitely not accessible for everybody. If you want to drop that kind of money, I'll be sure to make a high tier my Patreon. You can happily sign up, but I'll have far more luck with 7 print orders at a lower rate than trying to find 2 people a week willing to pay so much more. $38 New Zealand, that's $27 US for my A4 sized art prints. I won't take you through the same process for A5 sizing, since I'll work it out the exact same way I did the A4. This mathematical stuff gets me going. I get such a kick out of working all of this stuff out. Starting an art business is something I looked into seriously ever since COVID came. It's really thrilling to see my vision for it all actually begin to take shape. The fact that I dropped dollars on a box of 100 mailers now motivates me more because they're just sitting there staring at me, wanting to be used. I'm ready. Let's go. Be sure to follow my endeavor, subscribe to the channel. The content coming is not to be missed. Ka kite whānau.